Hello crafters, welcome back for part 2 of the sarcophagus video. Today we're going to finish them up and we'll see what they look like on the table. So let's go to our crafting table and finish those little tombs. Now we're going to spray this with flat black paint. I want to talk about it a second. This flat black can melt that kind of foam core. So we covered it with the glue and that'll help, but don't hit it too hard or it will still melt it. So make sure to get the crevices with your acrylic paint by hand. Okay. And also when you're using this stuff, make sure to do it outside or use a mask. You don't want to be breathing these fumes in. So just a little safety tip there. All right. So here we go. Our sarcophagi is painted. You can see it did melt the foam a teeny bit, but that's okay because we want it to be old and everything too, right? So I'm going to put this gray on here, and I'm going to do it very watered down. And I want to do this because I'm going to do some stages to try to make it look like marble, okay? And we don't want some really dark recesses to show up. We want it to be more of a dark gray color, right? Because we don't want it to be too extreme as far as the light marble goes. Alright, so we'll cover all that up. And I'm doing it very wet. Alright, let that dry up. There it is. You can see it's dried. It gives a kind of a different effect there. Now I'll just do the other side while that was drying there. Let's cover that in. Alright, cool. So now I've got a kind of a linen color, right? And I'm going to use a big wide brush and just kind of dry brush this on. Look at that detail popping out there. Pretty sweet. And it gives that kind of off-white color that I like for the marble. Okay, so we'll just kind of dry brush all that, and that detail is just really popping out. And see, it's not as extreme because we're using the gray instead of black, so it's not as extreme as it would be if it was black. Okay. Fill all that in. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to use a little bit of pink, okay? And I'm just going to put some areas on there with the pink and just kind of give it more of a marbly look, like it's, you know, has some other colors in it. Don't put too much, just a little bit. And then I'm going to use a blue-gray, okay? And with the dry brushing, I've covered up some of my detail again, so I'm going to use the blue gray to bring that out again. And this isn't as harsh as the other gray, the gunmetal gray. And I'm using it very wet. Same with the lid. Alright, cool. Alright, it's dried up. Okay, now I'm going to use my lighter color again and just kind of barely dry brush it on there. Kind of pull out those higher areas again. Like I said, this was going to be kind of in steps. Okay, now I'm going to use a white, okay, and I'm going to use a very thin brush. And I'm going to start doing kind of veins into the marble. Just a very light touch. The white is very wet. If you don't wet it, you won't get those nice streakies. So it's really adding some nice detail to that. Don't overdo it. Looking nice. Cool. Don't forget the inside. Alright. The lid. Finish up that detail. Really looking good. Really looking like marble there. Alright, now I'm going to use my dark gray and kind of go back and go in some of these details again just to accentuate them. You don't have to do them all if you don't want, or you wouldn't actually have to do this if you don't want. But I decided I wanted some of these details to pop a little more, so I decided to go back in with the gunmetal gray and hit some of those details. So you can see it's just adding that extra dimension to the carving there. All right, sweet. Let's get to the table and show you guys what these things look like. Here, guys, we have the crypt set up with the sarcophagi. I think they really came out cool. Got a couple of skeletons there for scale. Let me give you a closer look here. Here's one we were working on with the cross swords and the shield. You can see the detail on the side. I really like the marbling on that. You can see did it on the inside too. And the lid just pops right back on there. It won't come off unless you take it off. Here's a little angel I did. I got some wings on the side and some details. Thought that came out pretty cool. I'll show you the last one. The sword on the top, and then some details on the side. So I thought this came out really nice, and that marbling gives a nice effect. You could put anything in there. You could put treasures or anything you wanted in there. When the players open it, you could actually have something in there. So really great stuff. Hey crafters, I hope you enjoyed the second part of the sarcophagus vid. If you did, make sure to give your DM Scotty a like. Also check out my forum and Facebook group, lots of great people. Subscribe and share to these videos. Also, YouTube has implemented the tip jar, so if you like my work, you can tip. You can just click on the top of the video or anywhere on the video, it'll pop up and you can donate. Also, I'm a member of Patreon, so if you would like to support the craft, you can visit there. And last but not least, go forth and craft.
Yeah, that's right, DM Scotty. I'm the one that gets all the spotlight. Hey, where'd you go? Uh-oh.